Hi there. Okay, I got to tell you, got some girlfriends coming over. It's a little bit, kind of a time crunch for me, work and going to the grocery store and all that stuff. But I had a few things in my fridge that are going to make it really easy for me to make some really good food for them and a really good cocktail. So today, we are going to make leftover chicken pizza. It's super easy, and here's what you need. You need pita bread. Or you could even use, whatever kind of bread you want to use. Anything that you want to put a pizza on top of, that's what you can use. For me, I'm using flatbread. I've also used pita before. I've even bought pizza crust in a can. Totally up to you. Ooh, let me tell you something. Get some francesitos, French bread pizza. Oh my God, it's fabulous. Whatever kind of bread you want, okay? I made some chicken last night, some chicken breasts. So we're using some leftover chicken breasts. Now for this particular recipe, you could just buy one of those already made chicken breasts, whole chickens. Use those. Those are great too. We're also going to need whatever kind of topping you like on a pizza. In this particular recipe, I'm going to be using sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to be using black olives. I'm going to be using some pesto. Some Alfredo sauce and a couple of other goodies, some caramelized onions. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, it's super easy, it's really fast, and it's pretty much stuff that you already have in your fridge. So let's make some pizzas. Okay, I forgot to tell you about the cheese. In this particular recipe, I'm using mozzarella, and I'm also using some goat cheese with herbs. It's fantastic. Okay, so, let's get the chicken. Here's the thing about chicken. Once you make it, you can throw it in the fridge and you can use it for 100 different things. You can make burritos out of this. You can, put it over pasta, whatever it is that you need to do. In this case, it's just a really fast, easy pizza. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Have some flatbread. This is called naan, N-A-A-N, and it's delicious. But any kind of flatbread you want, or if you don't want to use flatbread, use whatever kind of bread you want. Okay, so you're going to put a little bit of olive oil over your pizza. Just gives it a little bit of flavor, a little bit of moisture. It's delicious. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the sun-dried tomato oil as well, because that will give it a little bit more flavor. Just kind of massage that in. Oh, it smells good already. Okay, chicken. This is just cold chicken, straight out of the fridge. And it's got a little bit of rosemary on it. I poached it with a little bit of white wine. Whatever kind of chicken you want to put on there. If you don't like chicken, don't put chicken. You could put ham. You could put some leftover steak. Whatever it is that you think you're going to like on pizza, that's what you put. And whatever size pieces you want to put. I tend to dice pretty finely because I don't like to pull all of the toppings off of the pizza. And if you notice, that's about 1/4 of a breast, okay? And really, honestly, that's good because these are not that big. And they're not going to be, 5-pound pizzas. These are going to be just nice little flatbread pizzas that you pay a fortune for at the restaurant, I might add. Okay, and that's like 1/4 of a chicken breast, and that's perfect right there. Oh, I forgot to put on the Alfredo. We're just going to put it over the top because, that's how we roll. Okay, now this Alfredo I had made up from a couple of days ago. No, we're not. Okay, let's start all over again. Don't tell anybody. You're the one that's cooking. Don't tell anybody. They don't need to know. Okay. This happens way more often than I'd care to admit. Okay, so put some Alfredo on. I made this Alfredo the other day, and it was just sitting in the fridge, and that's really literally all I had left. But never throw away sauce like that because you're going to use it. Even if all you do is add a little bit more wine or a little bit more milk to make it a little bit, stretch a little bit. In this case, it's perfect for a pizza. Okay, here we go. Put the chicken back on the pizza. What a mess. I'm sorry. I'm real messy like this. You know, I have all this stuff all nice out and everything. Don't kid yourself. That's not what the kitchen usually looks like. Okay. And then let's wash my hands real quick because they got a little grungy. Okay. So we got that. And then we have some sun-dried tomatoes. If you don't like sun-dried tomatoes, don't put them on. Ooh, I'll tell you what I've put on before, and it's just amazing. Fig preserves. Oh, so fab. You can put pretty much anything you want on here. And I like a lot of sun-dried tomatoes, clearly. These are fantastic. Again, I made these a couple of nights ago, had some left over. These are just caramelized onions, and they will be amazing on this pizza. This is just stuff I had like little bits and pieces of left over in my fridge, and I'm just going to put it all on the pizzas. And then this, not so much. These I had to open up a can. And these are just these are just black olives. I'm just going to cut them in half because I love me the black olives. Now, if I had thought about it, I would have gone to the store and gotten some anchovies because I love anchovies. If you don't like anchovies, don't put them on. If you don't like black olives, don't put them on. Really, honestly, this is exactly the way you want to make it, just a template. Doesn't that look fab? Okay. More washing. And look how fast this goes. I mean, this is so easy. You could do this even like on a weekend or weekend afternoon when you just want something to eat, but you don't want to mess with a whole lot of cooking. This is mozzarella. I'm just going to cut up little strips. I'm just going to lay it out like that. And this is going to be plenty for one person because, believe it or not, it is rather rich because you've got that Alfredo sauce on there. You've got all that chicken. And this is just 2 little slices of mozzarella. And it really is kind of an economical way to use up leftovers because you don't really have to have a whole lot of anything to make this pizza. And then goat cheese. Oh, much deliciousness. My mouth is already watering. How embarrassing. I need to stop doing that. Okay, now goat cheese, what I tend to do is I put it between the mozzarella because it's so good and it gives you that little hit of goat cheese. If you want to put way more goat cheese than that, go ahead. It's totally up to you. This is all in how you want to do it. Oh, this is so good. Oh, by the way, you want to preheat your oven to 350. It's going to take, I would say anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. You want the flatbread to get crisp. You want everything to warm, and you want that mozzarella to melt just a little bit. Just keep an eye on it because every oven is different, and you don't want this to burn. And ta-da, we have made pizza. So let's get this on a pizza, on a cookie sheet. And we're going to put this in the oven. Oh, and in 10-15 minutes, it's going to be fab. So what do you need if you're going to have the best homemade gourmet pizzas ever? You need a really good drink to go along with it. This is a frozen drink. I don't really know what to call it. It's just a frozen drink that I came up with a few years ago because I had a bunch of stuff in my freezer and I needed some adult beverage action. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some frozen fruit, and I forgot to get it out, so here we go. Straight out of the freezer. Frozen fruit. Freeze your own if you want to. Buy it at the store if you want. Again, just a template. This is just the one that I like to make. You can use whatever kind of fruit, alcohol, flavor you want to use. Now, one thing you're really going to need some sorbet. Either get some lime or some lemon because it gives it that little bit of, that little bit of acidity, that little bit of like hit, and then it also makes it a little smoother, okay? So you don't need a lot of sorbet. I'm thinking maybe a half a cup. Don't put too much in because you can always add more. And you don't want this to be an ice cream drink. You want this to be a drink. Okay, this particular time around, I'm using some rum. measure, because if you start pouring in here, next thing you know, you're going to have people sleeping on your couch. Always measure. I don't need a whole bunch because I'm not making a bunch. I'm just making one for me. So just a little bit of a shot. In you go. I love, love, love rum. And then you need some strawberries. This is just for one drink. You can always add a lot more. Okay, I lost my little center thingy. And if you want a colossal mess, don't put anything on the top of your blender. If you don't want a colossal mess, put a little thing on top of your blender. And then hold on to it, because it's going to travel. Too many strawberries. Too many strawberries. Let's put, I hardly ever make one of these. Let's put some more sorbet in there. A little bit more rum. Oh, now I know what I'm missing. A little bit of orange juice. That's what I'm missing. Lord. Not a bunch, just a little. This is gonna be so good. Okay. Now turn it on. Yummy. Okay. A nice glass. Now, if you want to, you can get all fancy schmancy. You can put some sugar on the rim. To me, the sugar just kind of gets in the way of the drink. Oh, look at that. And I tend to not over-process, because by the time you're finished with your drink, those strawberries will be nice and defrosted. Do not make these. They're so fabulous. Let's check on the pizza. Couple more minutes. Plenty of time to drink your drink. Okay, so you got some people coming over, or you just need something like a little snack, or you just don't want to eat a whole bunch for dinner. Make yourself a pizza. Get whatever it is that's in your fridge out of your fridge, throw it on a flatbread, and it's fantastic. Okay, so here's my pizza, and it is hot actually, so bear with me. Okay, so this is my chicken and Alfredo and black olive and caramelized onions and mozzarella and goat cheese. It's fantastic. And then this one is just a plain one, because my photog doesn't like stuff on his pizza. So this is just a little bit of mozzarella and the chicken and a little bit of the caramelized onions. See? You can specialize them however you want them to be. So let's cut into one. Don't burn your fingers. Bear with me. I'm not always the best cutter. Now, on this particular one, I have used a little bit of apricot jelly. I've used a little bit of fig jelly. You can use whatever you want. It's just so good. So the next time you have a little bit of something and a little bit of something else, put it on top of a flatbread. It is so, so good. The chicken's amazing. And the Alfredo sauce, just had it sitting around in the fridge. It's so good. Oh my goodness, look at that. I'm going to eat this. The mark of a perfect pizza, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm not going to even talk to you anymore because I'm going to eat my pizza, drink my drink. My girlfriends are waiting off camera. We're going to have a little bit of fun on the patio. You should too. And, you know, it's just like that. See ya.